and I'm here with Captain Tony Barbado. Today we will be talking about Fire Prevention Week. How are you?
I'm good, Taylor, and thank you for having me.
So, how can we avoid fires in our house?
So what you want to do is to look at the root causes of fires in your house in the first place. So if you look at Norristown, one of the number one causes of fires in town are from cooking. What happens is people put something on the stove and then they walk away and then they get distracted. By then, you have your food start to burn, which it develops into a flame. The flames then catch your cabinets on fire, and then it just spreads rapidly. So what you want to do is obviously do not leave any food that you're cooking unattended at any time. Another cause of fires that we see a lot is from smoking. We always hear do not smoke in bed, but there's more to that. A lot of times people take their cigarettes and they'll discard them on their back porches or leave them sitting on a windowsill, or sometimes they throw their ashes into the trash can. All this does is the cigarette continues to smolder and then creates, again, a fire that gets out of control. So again, anytime if people are smoking, you want to make sure that they completely extinguish the cigarette, possibly putting it underwater, and then, that case it'll be much safer.
Okay. What do we do if a fire breaks out in our home?
Oh, that's real easy. What you want to do is just get out. That's the main thing. Get out. Make sure the rest of your family is out, and then you call 911. You do not want to. You do not want to try to fight the fire. You do not want to go back into the fire to try to save your pet or grab some valuables. We've seen too many people injured that way. So again, just get out and then call 911.
How common are fires in Norristown per year?
So the Norristown Fire Department runs approximately 1,200 calls a year. They're not all fires. They range anywhere from fire alarms to major building fires. We probably put hose in the street, and that's what we call if it's going to be a major fire, maybe anywhere from 12 to 25 times a year. But you never know. Just this week, we've actually had 2 fires in town that completely burned out a couple rooms within the house. So again, we go to fire alarms, we go to building fires, we go to car fires, we go to trash fires. So we keep busy in Norristown.
Why is Fire Prevention Week so important?
So it's like any other week that they try to, get their point across. Fire Prevention Week gives us an opportunity to get the message out, to let the citizens know it is Fire Prevention Week. Gives them an opportunity to, as you know, in school, when you're in school, you have fire drills. You practice that. You give good opportunity to remember to check your smoke detectors to make sure that the batteries are working. So again, it's just a good way to remind everybody to be fire safe.
How can people access a proper smoke detector?
How can they access it? Is that what the question was?
Yes.
So you're very fortunate if you're in Norristown. We offer a free smoke detector program where if you call our hotline or go to our website, you can just fill out a form and our firefighters actually come out and they will install a smoke detector on each level of your home. We also come out and help, especially elderly people, come change the batteries in their smoke detectors, and we'll also just come out and test it. The other thing that we do is, like for instance, last night we had a fire in town. We went out, and today we will go out and actually check all the smoke detectors in the neighborhood, just to make sure that they're working. But yes, we have that opportunity. You have that opportunity to call again, the fire marshal or the hotline or our website to get free smoke detectors. And if you're not in Norristown, You can still call the fire marshal. Organizations like 6ABC will donate smoke detectors to different communities, and they'll also be available for them to come out and give you a free smoke detector.
Is it recommended to have a carbon monoxide detector as well as a smoke detector?
Oh, absolutely. And if you can only have one, we recommend that they be placed on the sleeping level of your home. As you may or may not know, carbon monoxide is odorless, it's colorless, and you just never know when it's in the in your home. So it's essential that you do have a working carbon monoxide detector in your home. And if you have the opportunity to get two of them, then we would recommend it. You put it, close to the heater, and usually in a basement.
Do you think everyone should have a fire extinguisher in their house?
All right, so fire extinguishers are okay. Again, if there's a fire in your house, we recommend that you get out. If you're not properly trained in how to use a fire extinguisher, that could lead to problems. You can actually get trapped with the fire, and behind you. So uh, it's good to have, but we don't push it. Again, we really just want you to get out of the house if there's a fire.
What are signs that a smoke detector's battery is supposed to be changed?
So you'll hear the chirping. That could either mean that the batteries are going bad, or that the smoke detector just needs to be replaced. Smoke detectors are really only good for about 10 years, and then the whole unit could be disposed of and a new one um, purchased. So you'll hear a chirp, and but again, you should be testing your smoke detectors monthly, just to make sure that they work.
How can people plan an escape route in their house?
That's a good question. So as a family, you should meet and go into each room. You want to have two ways out. So you go to each room, and you figure out what your two ways out are. Be it the doorway that leads to the hallway that leads to the front door or the back door, or a window. And in that case, if it is a window and you can't get out through the doorway, you want to make sure you shut your door. You want to maybe put some clothing underneath the bottom of the door that smoke doesn't come in, and then go to the window. If you need to, you don't have a porch that you can climb out onto. At least you then have the opportunity to open the window and to yell out for firefighters to get a ladder to you. And then
What
you also want to have a meeting place once you do get outside. Everybody's accounted for.
what type of things are going to occur during this month of fire prevention awareness?
So this year's been a little different. Obviously, with COVID, we have not had the opportunity to get out like we usually do. We did try to get to all the schools in the past, and of course, with school not in session, we have not been able to do that. But we have been. We had an event at the Elmwood Park Zoo this year. I think it was like a week or two ago. Again, spreading the word about fire prevention, fire safety. There has been a few daycares that have called us, and we've actually went and visit them. Again, we try to hit the younger kids. They're intrigued by the fire trucks and the firefighters, and we try to get simple messages out to be able to, such as calling 911, stop, drop, and roll. So, although we've been limited on what we can do, we are still attempting to get out there and spread the word.
How many times a week do you guys practice for a fire drill?
So we don't actually practice. The firefighters don't practice fire drills, but I'm not sure what question you're asking us. I mean, we practice training. We train all the time in firefighting. The fire drills, usually we do that with schools. Again, we haven't had that opportunity this year, but we also do it with businesses, large Wall Montgomery Plaza in Norristown or the courthouse. We do fire drills there also.
Are Norristown firefighters volunteers or a career?
Norristown is what we call a combination fire department. So we have 21 career firefighters that are on duty. Anywhere from 5 to 7 firefighters are on duty 24 hours a day. And then what happens, we're supplemented then by the volunteers. So we have 4 firehouses in Norristown. 2 of them have career firefighters in them, and 2 of them have volunteers.
How can someone join and be a part of the firehouse?
That's a good question. So there's the various ways. Our website gives all the information on how to join. There's a form that you would fill out, and then you would be contacted by somebody from that organization. You can also just walk down to the firehouse. Somebody will be there, and you can ask questions. And we're always looking for volunteers. Anywhere from someone that directs traffic at a fire scene or actually does a firefighting. There's all types of jobs that could be done by individuals within a community to help us out.
How can we support Fire Prevention Week?
So again, you want to get the message out. Again, many times when we go to the schools, it's a good opportunity that the student hears the message. They go home and they, around the dinner table, they'll say, "Hey mom, hey dad, have you checked the smoke detectors this year? The firemen were at school today and they said, make sure that the detectors are checked." So you're doing your part by spreading the word.
Is there anything else you would like to add?
No, I thank you for the opportunity to join you this morning and to get the word out regarding fire prevention and the Norristown Fire Department.
Thank you.
Thank you.